Hi everyone, my name is Clement Akobujo from Sayonaj Multi Concepts, and in this video we will be creating business professional business cards for our business today. Now, before we dive into that, into creating our business card, I want you to know that there are various means of creating business cards nowadays. You go on Google Play stores, you see different applications that you can use to create a business card. Some are okay, some are super cool, but a lot of them will always fall below your expectations because their functions, most of them are just looking for how to rip you off, no much functionality, and they want you to subscribe to their pro versions and all that. Okay. Now, as a graphic designer, it is ideal for you to know how to create a business card and all that from the scratch. Okay. These days, though, it takes a lot for you to start. Remember, a lot of ideas will have to come into play before you start designing your background, designing your how the look of your business card and all that. Nowadays, I'm going to show. Nowadays, there are different options. Like I told you earlier, the application option from stores, phone stores, and also uh, 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 websites online that can assist you that you can use to create your business card. Now, today we are going to focus on websites that can aid you in creating your business logo. All right. And today I'm going to show you two of those websites. Okay. One of them, the first one we're going to be working with is PosterMyWall, and the second one is Canva. Okay, canva.com. Now, I want you to take notice of something. These two websites aren't just limited to creating business card. Those two websites are super house of graphic design. You want templates that you want to edit on. You want templates for flyers. You want templates for roll-up banners. You want templates for uh, anything you can think in your head that has to do with graphic design. You can get editable templates for that on this website. All right, guys. So now we're going to move into the next part of this tutorial where we'll be using Poster My Wall to design our professional business card. I want you to also take note that this website also has an application for smartphones devices. You can always download it from your Google Play Store for Android users and other versions of smartphone devices out there. So now we'll just go. I'll be I'll be teaching you. I'll be showing how to create the business card in this tutorial with using the browser instead of the application. Remember, in the first part of the video where we created our business card with Canva, I used the Canva application. So this time around, I'm going to use a browser to show you how you can alternate in between the two options. Okay, so now let's move over to our browser. I'll be using Google Chrome, which is my recommended browser for this smartphone digital graphic design course. So I'm going to go to browser, turn on my data server, and then load up google.com and type into the search bar poster my wall. Okay. And you're going to have a full display on the results, the result engine, the result page is going to load up, and you'll find the Poster My Wall website on top of the page, www.postermywall.com. Now, before we go on, if you're using a Google Chrome browser, I want you to go to the menu side here, top left, top right, and go through the list of options down here. Go to desktop side. You can see that. I want you to enable it if yours is not enabled. It's going to give you a PC display on the screen. It enables you to be able to see all part of this design that we are going to carry out. Okay, so if yours is not enabled, I want you to click on it. You can see mine is checked. Mine is enabled already. So do the same thing and we go back to our course. Now, you can click on that website, PosterMyWall.com. Once you click on it, it's going to load up. Also, I want to tell you this. For this website, it is ideal for you to sign up and create an account so that whenever you design something, you can always save it in your account and always come back to it to edit it instead of going to start all over again, assuming you want to create the same design and you want to change, you want to give a different outlook. You can do that by just going into your account and updating it there, editing it, just like we always do with our Pixel app. All right. So right now we are in Poster My Wall. As you can see, because my account is logged in, it opens direct into uh, my stuff, my designs, okay, my saved design. So I'll just go on and tap on this search bar there and type in business card. Okay, now once you have tapped in business card, click on it, click on the search button, and it's going to open up an array of templates from which you can choose your whichever one appeals to you the most. So for the purpose of this design, we're going to be choosing, we'll just go to take something simple. You can always work with anything, but I don't want this video to be that long. So it's just to show you the basic of how this thing work, and you can always do it on your own. Work, practice on it until you can manipulate different designs, just for you to know the basics and how it works. So I'm going to use this template here. I want you to also remember that just like Canva, this application also have different paid versions also. So when you're picking a design to edit, you have to check on it, if you check if it is a paid version or a free version, depending on what you like. The advantage of using paid versions is that they give you unique designs that are far better than the free versions. Although sometimes you even get better designs from the free versions. Now you can see this is a preview of the business card template we want to edit now. And in this scenario, you can see that this business card has different several color designs. Okay, so you can decide to choose whichever you want to work with. So if you want to work with any other ones down here that is different from what you want to work with the one you select, you can also click on them and then work with that. All right. But okay, for instance, let me show you now. You see, this is the template we choose here. But what we're going to do next is, oh no, sorry, place. I think I moved that out of place. So let me just click on it again. Now, the next thing we want to do, I might probably just select, I want to show you how the color options work. Okay, so let's just go ahead and use what we do so we can manipulate it. Okay, so we'll click edit design. The moment you hit on edit design, it's going to open up your workspace for editing the design template. Now we are in our workspace. So while looking at the screen now, you can see that everything is visible there, right? All you just need to do is go through them at your own time. You can see photo, just it's DIY. You can do it yourself. So there won't be enough time to start explaining uh, all the functions here, the tools here. As it is, our video is already too long. So I'll just explain while I'm working or with the tools. You can practice them later. Practice with them later. All right. So let's go over to working with our on our design. Now, first thing I want you to always remember when working with Poster My Wall is that it is very, very sensitive. Okay, very, very sensitive. If you click on it on an element, before you know it moves out of place. So for you to avoid that, I always advise that before you carry out your design, click on all the elements, select all elements and lock them up. Then you start unlocking them according to the ones you're working on, right? What I mean is, I'm going to show you what I mean now. Now, also, in our previous design, I did not show you about bleed. There are bleed options. This bleed options is for printing. Assuming you want to print this design, right? And you want you would want to have the bleed. The bleed helps in marking out the line, the boundary where the business card can be cut. You remember that when it's printed, they are all conjoined, and you need to cut them out just to give you a boundary, a line where to cut through. All right. So usually I like activating the bleed. So the moment I do that, you can see that our design itself has been the bleed. You can see that blue outline in our on the template. Okay. So now we can go over to editing our design. All right. So remember what I said about locking the design up. Just simply go to design, start locking up, go up here and click composition and come to lock in place. Do the same with all elements of this design, okay? So as to have your work completely in place, all right? So the next, I'm just going to click and lock all the elements, all right? To ensure that we don't, our elements, our work does not go out of place, okay? So just do this, take the time to have all your elements locked in place so that it does not distort your design. Probably after taking much time to design this template, and all of a sudden something happens and all your work will fall out of alignment. Okay, so lock them all, everything, the logo, lock it in place, the text, lock them in place, shapes, lock them in place, all the design, lock them in place. They are all editable. Editable in the sense that you see, you once you click on them, they give you that outline around it that you can manipulate, and work upon. All right. Come to the company's name. We go to position and lock it in place. Go to the slogan. Go to position and lock it in place. Do the same with the designs. Go to position, lock it in place. Everything, as long as your eye can see it, it is editable on the screen. All right. In our design, whatever your eye can see, it's editable. So don't ignore anything. Once it moves out of position, it's going to distort your design and frustrate your effort. That is the purpose of locking up our designs, right? So I hope that is understandable. Okay. So company name, CEO. Okay, we can lock that in place too. Now, if all your design has been locked in place and you're sure of that, remember we haven't locked our icons in place. Let's do the same with the icons. Those are even far important to not to ignore, right? So we will do the same to them, lock in place, and ensure that they don't fall out of the alignment. Oh no, you can even see that in this case, even the icons are inside the circle there. And the moment I'm clicking on them, they are moving out of place. So that explains what I meant by locking them in place. All right. And be careful how you tap on the screen, because if you are if you are not careful, your elements will move out of place. If you check that icon for email now, you can see it has moved out of place because of the way I clicked on it. Anyways, not to worry, we can now start designing our template. So first thing first, I want to impute the name. Click on it. It's going to open up for you. It's going to highlight for you, but it's not going to move out of place. So we'll start with the name. And I'm going to type that Winston Churchill name there. I'm going to remove that and put in Wahab Adekunle. All right. Okay. Now, next thing I want to edit is the job title. Okay. So you can see job title, company name. I am not going to bother myself with that company name. So I'll just impute the job title alone and be done with it. Now, if it's too tiny, if the display is too tiny, you can come down here, all the way down here, and click on that zoom button down here. That is the zoom button. It increases it, while the other one with the negative sign reduces it. All right. So you can as well turn your screen however you want so that you have all your work bold depending on what you're doing. I hope You understand what I'm trying to say? Yes. So I'm working on this company name. So you keep turning your screen accordingly to ensure that you get what you're doing. But one thing why I don't like turning the screen is that PosterMyWall does not minimize all option on the screen. Like the keyboard is never minimized. So most times it falls out of place. So I prefer using the portrait mode to edit my job. All right. So what I just do is go and edit that job title, and I'll put C M. Okay, let me just use CEO, right? And that is about it. CEO, probably out founder. Okay. Now I'm going to be very fast with this just to show you how it works. And also I want you to understand something also, that these templates, these are even the names, you can decide to change the color if you want. So the color of this design is okay. Color is probably, we'll just do something here now. Change the color from blue to another option so that we can always so that we okay, let's just to show you how you can manipulate all this, we're going to change the background color. Remember, the background color of this design is white. So we're probably going to use something like this. Use something yellowish. What I'm trying to do here is that I am hitting on the screen there. I can turn it this way and see if it's going to come up for me. Yes, it has. So I'm just going to manipulate it here, change the color, you know, to something like that. How do you see it? So we look for means to, okay, let's use this color, all right? Remember, this is just a tutorial, okay? Now, these blue colors, we're going to change them into other colors to make our template beautiful, you know? So what we're going to do is we're going to use this, uh, you know, this color. We use this color and then we're going to add the dark aspect of it, the dark aspects of the elements to it also, so as to change it. Don't worry, we're going to get there. First of all, let's edit the elements now so that we can get their colors in place too. And then, okay, so you can see that blue color. That color is not solid. That's I think that color is okay. Click on it. You can see that that color is a gradient, right? So all we just need to do is we go to that green aspect. So we do this. We'll come here. That is the second color. Is color one. We'll create the top part of the grid. Color two will create the bottom part of the grid. And for color two, we're going to use these, right? Is it too close? Seems like our color is too close. So let's use a lighter part for color one, right? That is beautiful. Well done. So you see what I just did there? Manipulate these colors. Keep doing the same thing over and over for all the elements. All right. So we're done with that. Let's reduce our display. Let's zoom out so that we can have all that on the screen. Let's go to that element, that blue element there, and do the same thing with the color, right? Remember, our color one was this light color on here, right? And then color two, we use this. So you see how this work? Very simple once you get the hang of it, isn't it? Now the next thing we're going to do is we are still not going to leave, our purpose is not to leave anything white. We don't want any white color on this design. We want to have our design a different color. So you see, by editing and manipulating this template, you see this is totally different from what we started working on, isn't it? It's all about manipulation with graphic design. Yes. So what color are we going to give this white element? We may probably just go there and we have to give it a color that's best define this design. But we can't give it the same color as the back, and we can't. Let's see if we give it this color. All right, this color works, but except for the fact that it is too close to the color design that we use for the background. So we might just go to color and manipulate something. Whoa, I think I like this. Yes, of course, I like this. Let me see other options for it. Okay, dark. Should I use dark? I think I am going to use dark. Wow, it works for me. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Now we have manipulated the elements. this white line, we may probably just change it from white to what other color can we use that to make it bright? No, okay. We can try, maybe try this color we use. Oh no, no. We're going to use that background color. I mean, let's use the background color, you know, that yellowish green or whatever faded that we use there. Let's use that color there. So you see, we've manipulated it to what we want it to look like. Something moved out of place. Let's go back. No. So when you let's zoom in first. Let's zoom in first. Okay, let's go up here and go to undo. And we'll definitely find out what went out of place. Good. Can reduce it here, reduce the display so that we can see what happened there. I think we now have it. Okay, that outline came on top. So we now have it. When that happens, if you can as well highlight that part of the element, go to the option top here and click on backward, it will go back or front, however you want to manipulate it. So now we can go over to our name again. Let's go to the name and we want to change the color. Now we want to use one of those colors that we have applied here so that the blue is now beginning to look out of place, right? What we're just going to do is to stick with the colors we already have chosen. So by highlighting the name, you see the color of the name text is dark blue, is navy blue. So we just come down to the colors we have selected here, and I'm going to use that dark color. You see that? That dark color at the bottom here is what I use. That dark color here is what I used. Okay, so that is good. We'll do the same to the founder, to the CEO. I think I want that color to be, if I want to make that those fonts bold, I can do as well. I can do that. Okay, by first of all, I choose this. Okay, let's use the black color that was there. Yes. Then it's on the text. I may want to, let me just go up first, then click on it. See, our none of our job is falling out of place because we have not been. See, I click on bold and that has been highlighted. I want that font to be bold. How do you see this? Our work is gradually coming up. So let's go on. We come down here and we decide what to do next. That's you underneath the name. You can see that blue outline. We don't want any color blue there anymore. That particular element we did not lock it up. So let's be careful while we're working on it. Now you can see the color there is blue. So we just hit on that color box and then I want to apply this dark color to it. See, I want our colors to be, we're using 3 colors here and we want them about 4 colors here, but we want them to all our designs to be in line with those colors. All right, next we're going to be working on the icons next to our details, these icons. All right. Yes, but you can see the purpose of manipulating this template is we're trying to give it our own color right now, and we don't want to have any blue color there. All right, so we're going to work on those icon and shape them in a way that it's going to be appealing. So we go down here and zoom in. Let's zoom in into our design so that we can see what we're doing perfectly. You can always zoom in using that zoom key there. So we're going to click on our icon. All right. So we're trying to zoom or click on it and it's not working. We don't have an idea what is happening there. But first thing first, I want you to always remember that while you're working with PosterMyWall, at every progress, after progress you make, probably after every 3 minutes or 5 minutes, you should save your job. Once you have an account, save your job. Your job is going to be saved in your in your design, that you can always go back to it. So should in case, because poster might always have issues of getting hooked or lagging and all that. So sometimes it will just stop working, so you have to go start all over again. When you reload, you find that your jobs, all your progress are gone. So it's always advisable that you save your job. Go up here That's the save button there. If you click on it, it's going to open it. I think the problem is from here. Yes. So now you see that we have saved our progress there. So when the zoom is when it's totally zoomed, it seems to get hooked. So we'll just use it this way. So when we click on that, you can see that the circle that is at the back of our icon is moving, right? And that is not good. So what we just did is when you click on it and the circle moves, hit the undo button, it will position the circle again. First of all, so let's change the color for the circle and then we will lock it up so that it cannot move anymore. So what do? We just go to color and we select from those color array that we've already been using. We're going to click on the darker color. Let's click on the darker color. Yeah. Is that the color? Okay, yes. Let's click on that darker color. And you see, we have changed the color of the circle. The next thing we want to do is leave the color option and then go to position and lock that circle into place. Now that we've done that, there is no way our circle is going to move anymore. Isn't that beautiful? So we can now work on the icon itself that is in the circle by clicking on the icon and then changing the color of the icon from white. Okay. Yes, we're looking for how to change the color of that icon. Mm. Okay, we can still leave the icon for white. The bottom line here is we can still leave it for white if we want, but I want us to use this background color. So we'll just go down to the color and yes, and then select that background color instead of using white for it. So you see, it has changed. Isn't that lovely? Okay, it's beginning to look more professional. The next thing we want to do is go to the other icons and do the same thing to them. Change the color of the circle and then change the color of the fonts themselves. Okay, so we're going to change the color of these fonts to that, and then we're going to change the color of the circle itself. So let's click on the circle. Yes, I think we are in the circle now. So we'll change the color appropriately. Same design we used with the other one is what we're going to use. I don't know why it's not coming up. Same thing I told you about lagging. Whenever it's beginning to do this, just simply go over and okay. No. Just simply go over and lock. Go to edit. Oh, okay, it's the icon that was selected there. That is the problem. Because the circle is tiny, whenever you click on it, it seems to be clicking on the icon, which is not what we wanted. We want to change the color of the circle. I hope you understand what we're trying to do. Yes, so now we have gotten the circle. We just go over to the circle and click on that button. It is supposed to show, but it's not working. So I don't know what is happening there, but I understand that you have an idea. I think it's happening. This is my network. This malfunction is from my network. Yes. So this icon, let's just quickly change the colors of the icon. You have an idea of what we're trying to do with those circles already. So now you see that this one is under the the dark part of this the business template. So what we just do, instead of changing it to the same background color, we add the darker color to this one. Okay, change it from blue to this dark color there, and you see now if we are lucky enough to be able to walk on the circle there, is that the circle? We don't know yet. No, that is the icon. So bottom line is those circles, you just have to look for a way. I think it's my network. My network provider, my network service is a bit lagging. All right. So it's not really uploading the way I want it to. So basically that's what is happening there. But I'm sure you already have an idea of what I'm trying to do here. I'll come back to this later. Let's just go over to editing our text here. Now also Okay. So if it moves, lock it back into place. It means that that text was not locked up when I was trying to lock all the elements. So we'll quickly add our address to impute our address here, and by just going, okay, I'll impute my address now, my office address here into these. So you can type in your own address, all right? And as you can see, it broke into a tree line. I don't want that. All I just need to do next, I've imputed my text there. You can see that my text is black. I don't want, okay. Let's see if I give it this color. What does it look like? Still good instead of black, right? Yes. Instead of using the black, you can use that. But the black seems to make it bold, more bold. We can as well just leave it at black. No issue about it. Now, let's expand this layer of our text by dragging it to the right, and you see it will expand our text. You see what happened there? That is it. We're done with it. Next thing, we go to positioning and lock it up. Simple. So that that does not move around and distort our job. We go next, impute the phone number, impute your phone number here. Simple. And whatever phone number you want to use there, just impute your phone number. You see, you can see the design of this phone number. I'll just go on and use 080, right? 005. Do that. 411. Do that. 5194. So our text is in. The next is our uh, email. Let's impute the email. Take this one out. I'll just say it. Okay. Let's just say Wadekunle, right? At gmail.com, and put an imaginary website for this business we are creating this business card for, by just tapping on it. Okay, we don't want to be offensive by hitting on somebody's website, so I might just impute my website there for for security reason. Okay, so we're done with that. Next thing we want to do, Jesus, no, this the that is too much. That is too much. I hope you all see what happened there. So I'll just undo and it comes back to. Then I go back, right? Done with that. Go down to text. Okay, first of all, I'll exit it. Then I'll click on it again so that I'll change the, just go down and change the color, right? Can change the color of that. No, that color is not going to work. We're going to use that background color. Better. You see how that worked? Let's try and see if this is going to work again. No, we are unable to get. Yes, I think we have gotten. Have we? Seems to be like that's the text, right? It seems to be the text. I don't know why we're not getting that background circle. Anyways, the purpose is I wanted to change it along the line of these colors, but it's beginning to make our video too long and I don't like that. So I'm just going to ignore it. When you're doing yours, work on those circle, okay? The purpose of the tutorial is to show you how this works. All right. So now, Sorry. So I want to zoom out and have you see so far the work we have done. So as you can see, our work here is done. All right. So if I turn it into a portrait version, you're going to see the job that we've done here. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that beautiful? Of course it is. This is beautiful. So now, one thing I want you to always remember is that most business card templates available on PosterMyWalls are one-page business cards, just all information at the front. You understand? Unlike Canva that will give you both the front and the back template for you to edit on. PosterMyWalls just offers you the front page, and you can choose whatever you want to do with it. You can do with it, but there is there is a glitch there. All right. It does not mean that because it's like that, you will just be restricted to that limitation. Okay. You can always just decide to, okay, you can always just decide to do a different thing apart from this that we have done here, right? See this job we have done all over here. We can just decide to do different things with these. We can now decide to move these elements, expand them, divide the screen and whatnot, and then build a front page with it. I am not going to go into all that again because this video is too long already. But I just want you to understand that that's how it works. So you cannot be limited to what you have. You can always manipulate this. Now, if you remember the color and the concept of the template we selected earlier and what we have on the screen, you can see that the difference is clear. We have changed all that into a different thing. And this is just me working on the basics so that it's understandable. If I am really going to work on this, you when I am done with it, place it side by side with the template, and you will discover that you cannot tell that it's the same thing at all. All right. So this is all about it. But before we go, let's just fix this the company logo names and all that there. So we just simply go there, click on them. Those are now this replace here. If you hit on it, it will take you into your own gallery where you can select. You have the option of selecting your own logo and importing it here if you want to. But I am not going to do that. Just to show you how it works. You see, it has brought me here. So you have options from down here if you want to select your logo or bring in the image from Facebook, Google Drive, Dropbox photos, wherever you want to bring it for. If it's stock photos, or you go to your photo in your gallery and select what you want to replace that element with. All right. So it's strictly that part is just for logo, but we're not going to do that because I want to use this particular logo. Doing that means we'll still be wasting more time. So what I just do is I'll just change this color. Yes, I'm just work on this color. Let me make it, turn it to portrait, and then go down, pick that color, change it to this background color. Yes, yes. I am beginning to love the look of this design. All right. The next thing we want to do is do the same thing to the second part. Let's zoom it so that we can see what we're doing clearly. Remember what I told you about saving your job while you're making progress, because anytime your network service may just have an issue and and you lose your job. So let's hit on the next part of this logo, which is the dark blue. We'll change the color as well. Use that dark color, dark color green, or how do I call it? See how it has turned out? Wonderful. Now let's go to the company name. All right. Let's uh let's edit the company name. Let's edit the company name. Let's move this out so that we can see it. All right. So click on the company, type in the name. I just let me just do this. Just want to word venture. Just use that for the purpose of this tutorial. Then Remember what I told you about extending it. But for you to extend that, you will need to go unlock this element, this text element, to be able to do that. But before we do that, let's change the color as well. We'll change the color of that text to something like this. It's a bit light. Let's use the darker one. Yes, yes. So we're done with color. Go to position, unlock. Now we have that unlocked. The next thing we want to do with it now is drag it into position. Drag the name, you see? Then we position it like this by dragging it. Simple. And you can see that our work is gradually coming alive. Our work is gradually coming alive. Isn't that beautiful? Or I can do something here. I want to do something here. Hey, let me work on this name. So instead of just what venture, how about I spell it all together? What's happening here? What's happening here? Let me do this. That is what I want to do. All right. Get the feel. Okay. See what we have there. Now I want to position it. Okay. Wild venture. All right. Remember, this is an imaginative, a fictitious business. Okay. So the slogan, we'll change the slogan as well. We'll say we can decide to put in a slogan, or we can decide to put in what this business is all about. Okay. So let me just put in something. Real estate, real estate agents. And then let me change, or let me make it bold so that, yes, I like the look of that, right? Then go and change the color to that dark perspective of our design. All right, that's good. Then you see our text has broken into two lines. Just don't want that. So we just go back, unlock this, right? Like we did with go to position and unlock it so that we can drag it. Yeah. So we come, click on it again, click on it and drag it into a one line. Sorry, there are other. Oh no, it's not what we want to do. We want to drag it. So let's tap on it and drag it into place. Tap on it. Okay, it seemed to be malfunctioning there. So the other, we don't want that. Oh no, sorry. Let's move it out of those line and then drag it into place. Basically, we want to drag this into place. It's, oh my goodness, how come we have these elements moving about? Now I have an idea what is happening there. They are not locked into place, right? We can as well just group them if we want to, but we don't want any grouping. So we just, now we can work on this. So let's drag it into place. Oh, yes, we finally got it. Come here. So let's position it under our business name. And that is it. We're done with this design. All right. So you can zoom out and see what we've done so far. All right, isn't that lovely? Okay, now there you have it. Our design just the way we want it to look like. Right. So you see, we're finally done designing this template for this tutorial. So guys, I want you to carry out your assignments on this business card project and submit immediately. Also, you can submit the sample of your own work with this to me. So can see that my work with that Wadenkule, it's moving out of place because you know why? I did not lock it. I did not lock it up, which is my point, all right, about locking your element. So we're done, guys. Ignore the lines, those icons there, the circle. We always find a way around it. Move your icons aside, change those colors, and then move your icons into place. But you have to really, really zoom in for you to be able to do that. All right, it can be frustrating to sometimes, so just be patient while you're working on it. All right, guys, we're done with this tutorial. See you guys in the next video. But before we go, I forgot to show you how to save and download your job. So once you have an account with PosterMyWall, just go down to this. You can see that yellow at the top right corner of the of the screen. Click on it. That download sign there. Once you click on it, sorry, just click on it. It's going to prepare your download setting, and once it's done, your design will be ready for you to just save. All right. See you guys in the next video.